Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Ohio Guys here. I'm Christian Ocampo, and today I'm being joined by David Harbold. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you, Chris?
I'm doing good myself, too. Thank you for asking. Thank you for joining us for your very first interview. We are very excited.
Well, so am I. Thank you. You guys evidently are some big deal in the anime world, so I'm happy to do it. Thank you.
Thank you as well. All right, so here are some questions we have for you. First of all,
Okay.
what is it like working in the industry today?
It's a dream come true, actually. When I was a kid, I was really into Disney animation and all kinds of animation. I studied animation. I did like character voices from the time I was like, 3 or 4 years old. So now I get a chance to actually live that out. And it's really a lot of fun. It's really kind of exciting when you see the finished product and you're going, wow, that's me doing that. It's really cool. So I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased. It is literally a lifelong dream come true.
Well, I'm glad you're part of the dubbing world. So that leads me to our next question. What is your favorite show you have worked on?
Well, it's got to be Mr. Tonegawa because I get to play this guy every week. And it's the largest anime role I've had so far. And I don't know if you know, but most of the scripts that we do for that show, I have pretty much most of the dialogue most of the time. And that's anywhere between 150 and 175 lines. So that's a lot. And, we do that in about a 3 hour period when we do each episode. So it's not that we don't have fun, we do, but there's a lot to get done. So it's very interesting though. I auditioned for that part and was very happy that I got it. And I'll let you in on a little secret if you promise not to tell anyone.
Okay.
Um, Basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm kind of channeling George C. Scott when I do that part. Because if you could cast an American actor, he's no longer with us, but if you could cast anyone to play Mr. Tonegawa, I think he would be perfect because he's got that gruffness, that hard line edge. And so I try to bring that at least every week when I do it. So that is the one that's the most fun to do. Absolutely.
All right. Next question. And what this was a first ever high dive dubcast. What was it like working on Devil's Line?
That was also interesting too because that was one of the first. I'm trying to remember if it was not the first part I went and auditioned for them, and there's a wonderful guy. He's the receptionist at Sentai Media, and his name is Paul. And Paul always greets you, and he always asks if you want a hot beverage. It's that kind of thing. And he was handing out actual character descriptions. They gave us like a drawing of the character and everything. And I've never gotten that for any other project that I've done for them. So, of course, I take the sheet and I sit down and I read. They want me to audition for 20-year-old vampire. And I'm like, 20-year-old vampire? In case you haven't noticed, I'm a little older than 20 years old. And I probably could be a vampire. But, no, so I auditioned for that, and I didn't get that part. But I did play, I think I'm a reporter in that, and I do play like a police chief in it later. But I think that was the first thing I ever auditioned for. And so that was fun. And I understand that's got quite a following of the whole vampire, gang. So more power to them.
All right. Another show that's really highly acclaimed in the anime world. What was like working on Made in Abyss?
Okay, Made in Abyss. Made in Abyss, I recorded maybe 6 months ago. And it's just now, I think last week or the week before, it just hit on High Dive. So the English dub is just coming out now, and we're getting a lot of buzz for this. People, I had no idea. This is a big deal. Made in Abyss is a huge series. And that was, I think, the second part that I ever played. I came in, and they kind of told me a little bit about the show and, the characters. And they said, and there's this guy, his name is Bond Rude, and he wears a mask, and he's kind of like a mad scientist thing. I'm not, okay, all right, whatever. So I do this character, and then afterwards, people were freaking out. I mean, they were like, oh my gosh, man, their business coming out, Bond Rude. I mean, they were really going at it. So evidently, this character is a fan favorite. And it's just going to have to wait because I don't think these episodes have come out yet. But it's episode 11 and 13 in which I'm really, really present as Bondru. So I watched some of the series. The animation is beautiful. Some of the backgrounds and camera work in that thing are just amazing. So it's a delight for the eyes. And even though Bondru's still a little creepy, sorry, a little creepy. Hopefully they'll like my rendition of him. So,
no, this show is fantastic. It's winner of the year from the Crunchy Awards, so it's got a great reputation. So
it's beautiful to watch. I mean, it's just the animation is just. I mean, I was really impressed with it. Very impressed with it.
All right, and since you already mentioned this high dive show earlier, what was like working on middle management, Mr. Tonugawa?
Well, I was really happy to get that part, and we have a lot of fun doing this. I mean, he's a very serious character, but of course it's a comedy, so there's funny, strange situations. Kyle Kobe Jones is our director. And we kibitz every once in a while. We always keep ourselves entertained because some of the stuff is just you gotta laugh at it. So we have a good laugh every once in a while in the booth. But it's I've been doing basically 2 episodes. When I do like 2 days, and I do 1 episode each day, basically. And so we're keeping up with what you see on High Dive. I think on Friday nights is when the new episodes come out. And we're about a week, maybe 2 weeks ahead of that. So I just did episode 14 and 15. So you'll have to wait for those to come out. I can't tell you what's happening. But of course, the black suits are always going to give me a hard time. And President Jodo, if he's President Jodo, you can't say anything more than, yes, sir, basically. He's that guy. And we've all had bosses, maybe not as bad as he is, but he reminds you of at least the worst boss you ever had. So, but I have a great time doing it. It is a lot of fun. And they always ask me, because, I got to kind of, make the voice like this. And it's a grovelly thing to do. And that's 3 hours worth of doing that. And a lot of the scenes, I'm shouting and yelling. And I try. I don't know if you saw the Watch Me Dub that they put on Twitter a little while back. Yes. But, I'm really shouting. I'm going all for it. And they're always worried that I'm going to blow out my, and I'm fine, whatever. I've always got a little tea in there or something, but it's fine. So I'm having a blast. And we have at least 10 more episodes to go. So I'm looking forward to them.
Same here.
Do you watch it?
Yes, every week.
Okay.
I love this show.
Great. And do you laugh? I laugh?
Always laugh. There's no way I can't laugh.
Good.
All right. Now here's another more interesting one with a British influence. What was like working on Princess Principal?
All right, Princess Principal is another one that evidently people are really into. When they said, okay, this is like a steampunk Japanese anime, I was like, what? Okay, that's kind of a mishmash. That's a mashup there. It's interesting. I originally went in because I did, basic English characters and things like that, right? So they wanted me to do some of the guards and some of the lesser characters. So I did those, and they were fine, they were great. And then just out of nowhere, they just said, can you do a Japanese accent? And this was just, I was hired to come in and play these other guys. And I was like, well, yeah. So I gave them my basic Japanese character, and they were like, wow. They literally brought in the Japanese translators because on staff there they have a whole team of Japanese translators. We actually get the actual scripts from Japan in Japanese, and so they not only have the actual Japanese anime that they can watch and listen to, but they have the actual scripts in Japanese. So all of these translators came in and they made me do it a couple of times, and they were like, wow, that sounds pretty good. So I ended up being the Japanese Prime Minister in that. So I'm very proud of that fact that, once again, hopefully my bag of tricks here came through. So I haven't seen any of those episodes yet. They had a little party the other night, and unfortunately, I had that sinus thing that prevented me from doing this last week with you. So I couldn't go to it, but I'll hear all about it when I go in probably next week to do Tonegawa. So anyway, more power to them, and hopefully there'll be a second season of that. So we'll come back as the Japanese Prime Minister.
Hopefully so. All right, and here's another one that's already got some steam going. What was that working on Tada Never Falls in Love?
Okay. Well, our narrator for Mr. Tonegawa, if you listen to his narration, he is like all over the board. I mean, and every week when I watch the show, because sometimes when I do the dub, I will hear the other actors' voices because they've come into the studio and already done it. But most of the time, Dave Wald has yet to do his narration. So I don't really hear it until I watch the episodes. And I laugh more at him than I do at me, because he cracks me up. It's just the stuff he does with that is wonderful. And the reason I mentioned David is because David is my director in Tada. He directs that show. So he wanted a nice, kindly sort of grandpa character, not so decrepit, and he's still not spark of life, but he's an older gentleman. So I run the coffee shop, and I'm basically an old gentleman. I'm very nice, and I think you're going to see some interesting episodes with the cat coming up. So be looking for those.
I will. Love the show.
All right.
Waited like almost 4 or 5 months just for the dub. So I was happy.
Just for that?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a cute little show. I have little bits in most of the episodes we've done so far. I think we've done 8. So I don't have, I'm not there a lot, but, I'm there, doing my thing. And I have a nice scene with Nyanko Big, the cat. So you'll see that coming up.
Can't wait. All right, now it's time for our funny question that we always like to ask. If you can be any character that you have played in real life, who will you be? And you can mix and match.
Okay. Well, the first question I have back is this any character I played at any time in my career, or just anime characters?
It could be both.
Okay, a little bit. All right. Well, I had a rather extensive stage career back in Maryland, which is where I'm from originally, a little above Baltimore. So I worked in Maryland regional theater for years. And I did a couple of shows that are the ones that are sort of fondly remembered. I did 3 productions of West Side Story, and I was just a jet in the first production because I was 14. It was the first community theater show I ever did. But then I was Tony in the last 2 productions. Now, this was, years ago, but I really enjoyed doing that. Unfortunately, Tony dies at the end, so I don't know if I'd want to be him in real life, but that was a part I really enjoyed. But I also have done 3 productions of 1776, which is a great musical, and I was I was the delegate from South Carolina that yields to North Carolina in the first production. I was 17. Then I did Richard Henry Lee, who's got a rousing dance number. But then in the last production I did, I was Thomas Jefferson. So I guess I could say I'd want to be Thomas Jefferson. I mean, the man was, he was a lawyer, he was a farmer, he was an inventor, He was President of the United States, and he wrote the Declaration of Independence. That is not a bad crowd to be in, So I think I'd probably be Jefferson. And then after that, it would be Tonegawa, because he's got more power. We haven't seen Tonegawa's apartment. I really want to see that one time, because I bet it's awesome.
I hope it is.
I don't know why. I think it was just awesome.
With that money, he better have something nice.
Exactly. Some nice digs, absolutely.
Penthouse style. Penthouse.
Oh yeah.
All right. Now, is there anything else coming out that you can talk about, or anything you want to plug in at this time?
Well, there is a live action movie that I did. It's a Japanese movie, and we did the English dub. It's called Kaiju Mono.
Oh.
And Kaiju Mono, okay, have you heard about this?
Yes.
All right. It's a comedy. It's a nutty comedy. It's sort of a takeoff on Godzilla. And I play the serious professor who basically leads the characters to go and invest and find the kind of wacky professor that ends up solving, the problem and saving the world and all the rest of it. But I get to train. My character gets to train, the ways of the Force, so to speak, to the main protagonist who fights Kaiju Mono. So I'm in that. Look for me in that. And there's some. Can I plug my website and stuff like that?
Yes, you can.
Okay, he's nodding, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So first, let me just go straight to the raw plug. I have a book actually that I've written. Oh, nice. And here it is. It's called Losing It All, How to Survive the Loss of Everything and Live on Just About Nothing. Basically, this is a book about what happens if you lose everything. We had a huge flood here in Houston, and people lost their homes. They lost a lot, and they lost everything. They just had, that hurricane go through the Carolinas, and a lot of people lost everything. Sometimes you just get fired and things happen and you lose everything. So how do you survive that and get back on your feet? And so that's what the book is about. If you got somebody who's lost their job, losing it all, don't be confused. It's by David Lee Simmons. That's my real name. David Harbold is my actor name. So look for it. It's on Amazon.com and it's also on Barnes & Noble. If people want to get a hold of me, there's a couple of ways you can do that. Well, first you can just go to my website, davidharbold.com, and you can check out, my basic biography, and you can see some scenes from various little projects I've done and some TV shows I've been in and that kind of thing, and my resume and that kind of stuff. But if people want to actually send me something and communicate with me, I've set up a YouTube page. It's called Yukio Tonegawa. That's the name of the page. So you can go there, you'll see my little face in the corner, and you can either, correspond with me there, or I'm also, in connection with that, set up a Gmail account at therealtonegawa@gmail.com. And you can actually send me an email that I specifically set up for fans of the Tonegawa Show or any other of the animes that I do. You can send me an email, and we can correspond that way.
All right. That brings us to our last question. Any social media for the fans to get hold of you? Any Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any of that sort?
I am on Twitter. I am at Dave Harbold. So you can send me a tweet there. I'm also on Facebook. I believe I'm just David Harbold. And you can find me there. Just search for me. You'll see my face, and then the page has like little pictures, like a mosaic of all the parts that I played, so you'll know that's me. So you can get a hold of me there or at the Gmail address, either way. So I don't really Instagram at this point. I've got a file at home that has at least 45 usernames and passwords of all the websites I have to go to and do. So it's like I have enough to handle that. So I don't really Instagram. I put stuff up on Facebook and that kind of thing. So
no worries.
No worries.
All right. Well, thank you, sir, for joining us for your very first interview. We, the Ohio Guys, really appreciate having you here.
No problem, no problem. I'm glad you guys watched, and I like your feedback. I like to hear from everybody to see what they think of the show. Absolutely, and all the shows. So.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And thank you for our viewers for tuning in for this other new episode of the Ohio Guys here. Thank you all. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
See ya.